there, and you should draw it, work hard to make it nice and neat. So remember when you, whoops, when you look at a rectangular prism, the easiest way to draw that net is one long rectangle. So, and I would start with a light outline. So I'm just going to go light for a minute to get my shape all sort of sketched out. And then I'm going to put my measurements in. I'm going to use dotted lines for folds. And then I have to think a little bit about the shape now. So if I think about this, I see the right side, which is right here, and I'm going to start with that at the top. It's 6 by 5. So I'm going to make the top 6 right there. And so then I'm going to just kind of, you know, you sort of do this visually. I know I'm going to use a dotted line for folds, so I'm going to make this 5. And then I'm going to come down and look at the next part. The next part is 6 by 2, so skinnier. So another fold. And then a little farther down, I'm going to be in the back there. It's hard to see the back or the left side. That's the same as the right side. It's 6 by 5. So about like that. And then the bottom, the back here, you see back in here? That's a 6 by 2. So that's the bottom of this. So this is going to be 2 by 2. And all of these are 6. I don't really need this extra bit down here. I'm going to erase it. And really this is, I have to put down, I have to put the red top and the bottom off somewhere. Okay, so I can put it off a lot of different places. I'm going to put it right off of the, right here. I'm going to extend this. So when I do that, I have to make sure that what I draw here should match up with this, like, you know, because these two have to fold together to meet. So they have to be the same size. And then the same thing over here. And then I kind of just, so it should be like, about like that. That's not the only correct net. It's just one version of a correct net. And then again, you've got a little cleanup here to do, or I do. Just going to clean that up a little bit. So if I do all that, and it looks good, then I would probably darken it in and make a few dotted lines here to indicate folds. Do you have any questions on that? So how many different types of rectangles are there, Shota? 3, right. Give me some areas there. Dominic, how about the top one? What's the area of the top one? 3. Mm-hmm. And if this is 30 square units, this is 30 square units. Okay, Jenny, give me the right and the left. This is a 2 by 5. 10, right? So this is 10, and this is 10. And then this one is 2 by 6, which is 12. And the bottom one's 12. So really, all the work I did was I took 2, and then I did a 5 by 6. And I put it 2 times because there's 2 of them. And then I have the 2 in which I have in this next set of parentheses popped up. Pick one. Sure. 6 by 2. And then Karina, what's the one that's left out then? So I have the 30, 2 30s. I have the 2 12s. By 5 to 10, right? 3 times 10. So this is 60 plus 24 plus 20. And like Sarah said, this is 104. Good morning. Okay, 104 square centimeters, right? We didn't name the figure. Does anybody, what's the base? This red part is the base. What's that shape? And Sarah?
A rectangle.
So the base is a rectangle. And the figure then is a rectangular, right, prism, because the faces all around the sides are rectangles instead of like here where the faces are triangles and it's a pyramid. Okay, so let's do this now. Same idea. You want to make it nice and neat. What'd you get area-wise? Did anybody get the surface area for this? Only Sarah? It's not a couple of you. Devin, what'd you get?
I got 174,
174, what'd you get?
I got 214.
I actually remember, I think it's 214. Did you make 2 different triangles or 4? I mean, 2 different triangles or all the same? Yeah, they are different. Okay, so let's just see what you have to say. So I'm going to go for the rectangular base. Do you see the base, everybody, that the base is a rectangle? So again, you're just going to kind of do nice light work and then you can darken it up. So I'll go with the yellow. I'm just going to make a rectangle. It's really kind of slow going. Doesn't work so well. Try that again. Usually it draws right on the edge of the rectangle.
I think I'm going to use a pen.
It should. So I have been using a pen. Oh well, we'll just roll with it. See how I did that? You didn't really do it for me. Okay, so just a sketch. So that's going to be my base. And remember that when you do this, it kind of helps if you have some guidelines for your vertices before you start it. There's a lot going on in this picture here. So this picture here, the 10, if I take a highlighter, that triangle right here, you see it's a 10 on the base, and the height that we're interested in is right there, which is 12.2. Okay, so we're going to take our shape and draw in those 2 triangles. And then label things as you go along. So you keep track. This is right here, 12.2. But this other triangle right here, this one, it's a 4 by 13, right? Correct. So it's like this. Yeah, it's skinnier. Right. So this is times 13. That's all we need to do surface area. So give me one of the triangles out, Alex. So like if I were going to do, pick one.
If we're gonna do two,
Right, you're going to start with 10 times 12.2, and then you divide by 2. But there's 2 of them, right? So you end up not really needing to divide by 2 because then you just double. Does that make sense? So like you said, 10 times 12.2 is 122. If you divide it by 2, you get 6.61, and then if you double it, you're back to 122. So you can just leave it as 122. All right. How about only the other triangle? What's that going to be? Well, I used 10 by 12.
so the other one we get
Yeah, right. Because there's 2 triangles and they're 13 times 4. But then you divide by 2, right? 13 times 4 is 52. So if you divide by 2, you get 26, and then you double it, you get 52. We don't need to do all that work. And then the third thing, coming from the base, what's that, Sarah?
40 divided by 2. No, you don't need to divide by 2.
Right, just 40, right? So when you add all those numbers up, 122 plus 52 plus 40. So 214. Did you find your mistake?
I didn't add
The base? You did all the hard work. Yeah, that happens sometimes. So what is the type of base? What is it, Asia? It's a rectangle, right? So we call it a rectangle. Yeah, what's the figure? Rectangular pyramid. Okay. So let's put that away for now. We'll keep that for when we get back to the spring break and do the rest of this.